Hello and welcome to our channel where we explore the world of Odoo. In this tutorial, we'll be exploring how to create a node-based user interface for Odoo. This is the first video of the tutorial series, where we discuss the underlying concepts and technologies required to create such an interface. To create a node-based user interface, at least two essential components need to be implemented: graphical elements and interaction mechanisms. Let's dive into each of these aspects. Firstly, let's talk about the graphical elements. In a node-based user interface, the fundamental building blocks are nodes and connections between them. Depending on the purpose of the user interface, these elements may require specific graphical shapes or symbols to effectively convey their meaning. For instance, in business process management applications, nodes represent events, activities, or gateways, while connections signify flows and associations. These elements have distinct graphical representations or symbols that are easily recognizable by users. On the other hand, in human resource management applications, nodes might represent employees, and connections could symbolize their work relationships. In this case, the graphical representation is often simple boxes and lines, similar to an organizational diagram. Some use cases may require nodes with input fields, while others display only symbols or icons. The key takeaway here is that the graphical elements should be designed to effectively communicate the intended information to users. The second crucial aspect of a node-based user interface is the mechanism for interacting with these graphical elements. Unlike traditional form-based interfaces, which have fixed layouts, node-based interfaces don't have rigid structures. Users can move elements around as they see fit, making drag-and-drop interactions the primary means of interaction. Now, let's explore our options for implementing a node-based user interface in Odoo. As we're working with web technologies such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, we need to choose the right tools for creating graphical elements and enabling drag-and-drop interactions. For graphical elements, we have three primary options: HTML canvas, HTML elements with CSS, and SVG elements. Each of these technologies is capable of producing complex shapes and designs. However, when it comes to creating lines using pure HTML elements and CSS, I was unable to find any recent references or examples. In contrast, both HTML canvas and SVG elements have plenty of resources available for creating lines and other graphical elements. For drag-and-drop interactions, all three technologies, HTML canvas, HTML elements with CSS, and SVG elements, can be used effectively. Let's see how we can use these technologies in practice. We'll start by creating two non-rectangular div elements to demonstrate how to implement nodes using HTML elements and CSS. As you can see on your screen, by applying CSS styles, we can shape div elements into various forms, making them suitable for our implementation. To make the div elements movable, we can leverage Odoo's OWL reactive feature, which allows us to dynamically change element positions using the TATTF directive. Next, we'll create several shapes and an interactive curved line to demonstrate how to use HTML canvas. With HTML canvas, we can easily create basic shapes as well as lines. However, unlike moving div elements, we can only capture mouse events to update the position of shapes and lines on our own without using OWL reactivity feature. We're required to redraw the canvas every time there's a change, which is a key difference when using HTML canvas. Finally, let's create several shapes and an interactive curved line again, but this time using SVG elements instead of HTML canvas. Here, we can see that creating shapes with SVG elements involves defining them in templates rather than using JavaScript code. This approach also allows us to use the TATTF directive to dynamically change the attributes of SVG elements, similar to moving div elements. That concludes our discussion for now. In our next video, we'll explore how to apply these techniques to manage multiple elements and create connections between them. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with others who might benefit from this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all of my experiments and tutorials.